Welcome to Yapping About the NHL episode 6, and today we got the Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights, I have them at third, and I actually think that Seattle's a way better team. Not way better, that's cap, but a better team. But I think the way I do mine, I think, I'm not going to influence anybody, but the best way to do your rankings or your predictions is the respect until you lose it kind of factor. And like if it like Seattle was like what 6th or 7th in the division last year, Vegas was 4th, and like they probably would have been 3rd if they didn't have that many injuries. And so I just kind of got to put them all the way up there. In the off season they added Alexander Holtz, right? They added who else? Victor Olofsson, Ilya Samsonov, and net, Arthur Schmidt. They added quite a few guys, but nothing like major. They did a lot of their work at the trade deadline last year, adding Hurdle, adding Hanifin. They did lose Marchessault, which hurts. Losing your leading scorer, in my opinion, your best player. Eichel's probably their most talented player, but Marchessault, in my opinion, was their best player. But Jack Eichel almost just proved me wrong there. Losing Marchessault definitely hurts. Who else did they lose, bro? They definitely lost somebody else I'm forgetting about. Chandler Stevenson. The last episode was about Seattle, so that is crazy. But yeah, man, they're losing those guys. Wow. I think they lost Amadio as well, maybe, but like that's a 4th liner. You can replace these guys. So yeah, losing Marchessault and Stevenson was their big things. Bringing Holtz, right? Yeah, they also brought in Yamamoto. So I mean, they went for I don't want to say younger route, because like it's not like these guys are like 19 years old. But I mean, yeah, like they did go for go for a lot of like untapped potential guys like Yamamoto, Holtz, very talented guys, but just haven't reached that potential with their former teams. And I mean, they also lost Logan Thompson, which hurts, right? Logan Thompson, I mean, he was showing signs of being, I don't know where he would have been, but he was definitely one of the best goalies. Like he could have been in like a couple of years. I mean, he was really good in his rookie year, obviously. And like when you're that good in your rookie year, bro, you want to hold on to that guy. But Adin Hill was incredible in that playoff run. I mean, Logan Thompson had a 908 and Adin Hill had a 909. So I mean, they're really similar. I forget how old Adin Hill is. Let me look it up. Adin Hill's a year older than Logan Thompson, so that's not even that bad. But they're trusting Adin Hill as the guy. You bring in Samsonov. Samsonov got memed a lot because he's on the Leafs and that's the biggest market, and he played terrible. And but he's still a really good goalie. Like he's a very talented goalie. And I mean, in a backup role, I know Vegas is a big market, but in a backup role, like, Samsonov's going to have a big bounce back year, and it's going to be another one of those players that the Leafs kind of let go, and then all of a sudden they just become superstars somehow. Reasons I had them over Seattle so far is because like this defense is so nasty, and I know Seattle's defense is a really good defense, and like they have a lot of depth, a lot more depth I should say. Like Pietrangelo and Theodore, in my opinion, are better than Dunn and Montour as of right now. I mean, I don't know if that's like, I think Pietrangelo might take a dip, but I mean, like as a pair they're better. I don't know about individual players, but like as a pair they fit better together in my opinion. But what do I know about hockey? And they got White Cloud, Haig, McNabb, I mean, they got some pretty solid guys. I'm definitely missing somebody, but yeah, man, they have a really good defense, and then obviously they just won the cup 2 years ago. So I mean, they have a lot of their core still who won that cup, which is very impressive considering they made all these big trades, and they still have a lot of their core. I mean, they did lose obviously the Conn Smythe winner, but you know, something like that's gonna happen when you pay this many players. On forwards, bro, they got depth, they got star power. You know, the depth isn't like Seattle's kind of depth where it's like see all these 80 overalls in NHL and you're like, oh my god, like this team only has like 79s, but you got guys like Dorofeyev, Yamamoto, like these guys who can get better, especially in Vegas' system. And then you have guys like Keegan Kolesar. What is going on? Guys like Keegan Kolesar, Brett Howden, right? These guys are like, you know, these guys are nasty. They're fourth line nasty, you know? So you gotta have players like that. I mean, even in like, I wouldn't say the bottom six, because like Vegas can easily rotate 3 scoring lines. But I mean, they have Nikolai Waugh in the bottom 6. They have Victor Olofsson in the bottom 6. You know, so these guys can play, you know, top 6, especially if somebody gets injured or stays on LTIR till the playoffs because they want to get Mitch Marner on their team, you know, or Leon Draisaitl on their team. You know, maybe that will happen. I mean, I hate Vegas, so I hope they finish last, but at the same time, I gotta admit, they're a good team, bro. 6 is like kind of nasty, like, right? Like Eichel, Stone, Hurdle, Carlson, Barbashev. I mean, these guys are any team would love to have these guys. And I'm gonna take a look at Alex Holtz, right? Like as a breakout candidate, as a guy who, you know, is gonna surprise a lot of people. I don't know if he'll be given a chance in the top 6 right away, but if he is, right, he's gonna be most likely alongside one of Carlson or Hurdle. Because, I mean, I don't know. Vegas does spread out their lines weirdly. How is that a goal? Vegas does do this thing where they spread out their lines. So, he could be playing with Eichel if Stone's playing on a different line. But, yeah, man. It's going to be interesting to see how Vegas does. Honestly, I don't see them making much of a run. But I think, you know, whether it's that 3 or 4 seed, I think they will make the playoffs. I don't think the NHL would allow their golden child get what I did. I don't think the NHL would allow Vegas not making the playoffs. You know, it's just like, it's like when Roger Goodell just hands Tom Brady the Super Bowl before the season starts. Like you can't have the playoffs without Vegas, you know. And I wouldn't be surprised if Gary Bettman just handed them the cup on opening night, you know, because that's what it feels like. And I mean, I am hella coping because they knocked the Jets out twice when we should have won the cup in 2018, but that doesn't matter. Player for Seattle. I mentioned Shane Wright a lot. Shane Wright, Edward Chalet, one of those two, man. But that's it for the Vegas talk. I don't want to talk about these guys any longer. No offense, Vegas fans. You know what? Like, honestly though, hats off to Vegas, bro. They're a great organization. You're just annoying to play. That's it for this one. Let me know where you guys think Vegas is finishing and your breakout player. I'll see you guys in the next one.